Yes, let me do it on the photo mode, the vertical orientation. Yes, guys, definitely I'm ready. Daniel says that. Vincent says, thank you. You're sideways. I saw that you are sideways, but let's take it this way. I am a winner 2023 case number 16K. Is it higher or low? Of course, this is high. This is very low. It is low. In fact, you'll be expecting your second notification letter either January or February. Yeah, any question? If you have a question, please post it there, especially regarding the DV2024. But if there's some with regarding the DV2023, I also take it. Have you confirmed your photo? Is your photo ready? Is it correct to the dimensions? Are you with your birth certificate? Remember, I said that it is very important. It gives you full information of what you are to fill on the personal information. Have both for you and your derivatives. Matuza says, case number 54K, please advise. 54K is not that high, though it is high. Because this year we saw that for the DV 2023, we got about 63,000 being interviewed. But we cannot rely with the DV 2023, with the DV 2022, because all cases became current. But 54,000 is not high. You might get an interview, but also try in this DV lottery. Abdi, thanks for your info. Welcome. Orombi Noah, my question was, can I use a photo which was sent directly on my phone, not email, because the photo wasn't sent on email? Please, can you clarify on that? Thanks. Yeah, the photo sent to your phone is correct, but make sure it is not overly compressed. Whichever method you try to send your photo with, it is okay, but make sure that it meets the requirement. It does not matter. I have a question. My passport birth certificate has surname, but in education document, there is no surname, but father name and date of birth. Same in all. Can I get your question? I have a question. My passport birth certificate has surname, but in education document, there is no surname. Oh, no, in this case, it will not affect you. Remember, the names on the academic credentials, they cannot affect you. What matters is the name on the birth certificate. But in case you are asked for that, please prepare an affidavit of name, an affidavit of name to prove that you are the same person holding those different names. So go for an affidavit of name just in case they ask for it. Mutuza, thanks. How, how? Kadiga, hi, how are you, sir? I'm very fine. My question for today, I currently live in Oman, but I want to put Sierra Leone as my country today. Is it going to affect my application? Yes, remain truthful as possible. The place where you are at this moment, use it as your current address. Only the birthplace remains as it is indicated on your birth certificate, the country where you are born. Enoch Aful, what are lower case numbers and higher case numbers? Enoch, for now, we don't have any information from the SIAC, and the information will be out January. Excuse me, let me mute this mic. I was saying For now, we cannot tell higher case number and lower case number in the DV Lottery 2023. But we expect to know this by the beginning of January, that is next year, and we shall be having the full information provided by the SIAC website. Vincent Avin, yeah. Some photo say we should use the ratio of 20:1. No, for me, I know it is 600 megapixels by 600 megapixel or 2 inch by 2 inch. Maybe you clarify on this. After submitting DS to 60, what other procedures do I need to do? Mutuza, I have this video already in the website. It is coming either tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. It explains well about the steps that you should take after submitting DS to 60. What are you expected to prepare after that? So please bear with me and wait for that video either tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. Thank you so much, Mutuza. Hello, sir. I'm Samuel Chenchen from Liberia. When should I expect my second notification letter? That is AF 5,451. That is very low. Any time from now you should get. Remember, for the visa bulletin that lastly came, it was extended to November. The cutoff number did not change. So that means any time this month, within this month, the month of October, you will definitely receive your second notification letter. But even if it does not come, it might not go beyond December. Soon you'll get your notification letter. Congratulations for your selection. Samuel, that is Samuel. Stephen Gadoko, hello. I have been watching your videos. Thank you so much, Gadoko. And I still have a problem in regard to filling the place, the birth section. What is the problem, Gadongo? But let me tell you that the birth certificate is very important. Is that clear? On the birth certificate, you will have the place of birth. And in that place of birth, you will see a name of the place where you're born. Either a city or a village or a state, whichever. But what I'm telling you is that regardless of whether it is a city or a village or a what, use that specific name on that slot. This is why. Because during the interview, the consular officer uses the information on the birth certificate in comparison with what you provided. So use the birth certificate information. And then we have, Gadoko says, it is clearly stated that don't put this out, but I hope you're seeing me. We can continue, but we shall rectify it. I don't know why we have had this blackout. Now, let me answer this, even bear with me for this blackout. Gadombi, I know that it stays that way, but get from me, use the exact name it is there. It does not matter whether it is a city or a village or anything. Thank you, sir. But if you use the country I lived today, Oman, should I enter the mailing address as my current address? Yes. In Oman, the place where you are living in, the exact place, use as the current address. Remember, you can always change this after being selected and you're filling in the DS to 60 form. So this should not worry you at all. Wow. Blackout problems, but we shall move on. Thank you, sir. But if I use, sorry, that one we've done that. Case number 16K, is it low or high? I've said it is low. That is a very good case number. I shall wait for it. And which month should I expect the second notification letter? For 16,000, I said between January and February, you should be receiving your second notification letter. And the interview might be around March or April. You never know. Yeah, so I don't think there's any more question, but still I can take some. But I want to insist on this point. Yeah, we are back now. We are back. Bear with us. I want to still emphasize on this, that never, or rather, let me say this, avoid doing some minor errors during your application. In some past video, I discussed of some two guys who did these mistakes that we consider minor, and they should not have affected them, but they did affected them. They did affect them. So any minor error that you find, maybe omitting some letters in your name, maybe using incorrect name, or incorrect birthplace, incorrect country of birth or of residence, please don't do these mistakes. Though they are minor and they don't affect majority of the people, but you never know if it may affect you. I insist on that. With a diploma in Kenya, what's the correct level of education? Yes, I'll answer this because I come from Kenya. The diploma in Kenya, when selecting the education level in the DV lottery 2024 and any other, it falls under some university courses, because this is not a degree. Some university courses. It includes those who completed Form 4 in Kenya and they joined technical training institutions or Kenya medical institutions. Those fall under some university courses. When you go for a university education, it means you have attained your degree, or before the results are out, you will be having your degree. Please, passport picture size. Yes, I discussed on the photo specification. The photo specifications are that they should be 600 by 600 megapixels or 2" by 2". The background, like right here, should be white or something close to white. We call it off-white, but not any other color. I'm asking about the postal code. When I search for postal code of my country, Rwanda, they give me 5 zeros. Is that real, or should I rather choose no postal code? Don't ask for postal code for Rwanda as a country. The name of the city where you are in Rwanda, search for the postal code for that same place. If you come from a village in Rwanda, request for the postal code for that village, not Rwanda as a whole, but that specific town or village or city or shopping center, whichever the place, but exact, not Rwanda as a whole. Winner and having case number 16K, should I wait or go ahead? Yeah, even if you have case number 100, apply for the DV Lottery 2024. Whichever the case number, you are still eligible to make your application. Even if it is low or high, you are still qualified. Go ahead and drop in your entry. Sir, is postal code address required? Postal address required. It is required. In the current location where you are living, you are required to fill it in there. Queenie Anetti, I was born in Kisii. Yes, I know that Kisii town. And Kisii is not a city. How am I supposed to indicate when asked city of birth? If your birth certificate indicate Kisii, the place of birth, Kisii, write on that city of birth, Kisii. I know it's not a city, but in this place, you feel it as Kisii. Even if you come in a small even if you come from a small village in Kisii town, that the name of that village is what you will use in the birth city, so long as it is indicated on the birth certificate. If it's not on the birth certificate, don't use it. Use whatever is on the birth certificate as the place of birth. Hi bro, how are you? I'm very fine. Are they still accepting documents at Kentucky for DV 2022? Cause my case, Nairobi, is around 58. No, unfortunately for the DV 2022 lottery, it is over. It came to an end in the month of September. That is the 30th of September. So for DV 2022, I'm sorry. But try in this DV 2024. Make sure you apply beginning tomorrow. Enoch. No, please. I mean, which higher case number will be good for early quick call up for interview? All right. If I get you right, Enoch, the interview scheduling, they follow the case number order from low case number to higher case number. So if you're 54,000 AF, I mean AF 54,000, it means you cannot receive your interview scheduling before a case number that is 21,000. That is AF 21,000. So it will follow the case number order until your case number becomes current. You cannot receive the scheduling. Michael Komishwa, and please, guys, please like the video and let's go on. It's very important. Is the photo checker on the DV website accurate? Very accurate. The photo checker on the state.gov's website, that is the recommended photo checker. I would recommend that all of you use that tool to check for the validity of your photo. It is very, very accurate in doing the dimensions. And I said, if you put your image and it tells you that no cropping needed, your dimension is 600 by 600, your photo is good to go. But if it tells you otherwise, you need to redo your image. Very accurate. Queen Annette, can a person who is in Form 4 right now apply? Yes, for Kenya, if you are in Form 4, it means that in November, around that time, you will be sitting for your national examinations. And it means that you will get your results before the results are out, around January or December, in fact, December. So if you are in Form 4 in Kenya and you're about to sit for your exams, go ahead and apply. And when you apply, select the level of education as Form 4, as high school degree. Select high school degree. You're very, very, very qualified. Another question. Is it possible, that is by Abdi Kazmi, is it possible that 2023 AS16K not be scheduled for interview? For AS, that is Asia region, 16K is considerably high, but it's not as high to the point that you cannot receive your interview. it is still at a safe zone. That's why I tell you, also try in this DV 2024, even as you wait. If you're called for the interview, then that is good, and we shall be glad with that. But if you're not, then you still have another chance. Thank you so much. Kasim asks, mine is a district, and on the city of birth it says, yeah, if the name on the birth certificate they put the name of the district, go ahead and use that name. Is it correct? Because whatever appears on your birth certificate is what they will use to interrogate you or to interview you. In fact, they might not even go ahead to check whether it is a city or a district. So long as it appears on the birth certificate, it matches with what you inserted. Go ahead and use it comfortably. Don't worry. Samoti, after how long can you get married after moving to the US? After moving to the US, you can marry at any time you want. The problem would be if you're marrying someone outside the United States. If you get someone in the United States, you can marry, no problem. But if you are trying to marry someone who is outside of the United States and you are in there, in the United States, then it will have to take some procedures. It may take up to 3 years because you'll have to use the K visas and also applying for through the K visa you apply for the green card, and it takes some processes. So it depends with whom you want to marry. The last question, is the photo checker a safe site to check your photo? It depends with what photo checker you are using. For me, if you clearly follow my videos, I recommend the photo checker on the United States government's website, the state.gov's website. That's the photo tool that I recommend because it is the same website that you will use in the application of the DV lottery. Kazmi again. So as 16K is high case number, I said it is substantially high, but I said not as high as not to be scheduled for the interview. You might receive your interview still, but it is high. Msangi, hello comrade, my photo shows no cropping. Can I go ahead with it? Of course, if it shows no cropping with the dv.state.gov's photo tool, you are good to go. But make sure the background is white. Ferdinand, after which time can one travel? You can travel to the United States at any time after you receive your visa. If you receive your visa today and you're able to book a flight and move away, just do it. Anytime after receiving the visa, you are free to go. But make sure you don't stay behind beyond 6 months. The visa will have expired and your chance will have gone. So anytime after you receive your visa, you're free to move. All right. He says, I mean, after getting to the US, you can even land on the US, clear with the port of entry. After clearing, then book another flight and then come back. As soon as you've cleared with the port of entry, you can travel back. There's no limit. But remember, you are supposed not to exceed 6 months or up to 1 year since you are still fresh there. But If you reach on the United States soil, you can turn back after clearing with the port of entry and go back. No one will ask you. Last question, my friend. Has AS600 case number, but still I have AS600, but still doesn't receive 2NL. What's the reason? There's no reason. You should have received it. But even if it delays, there's no problem. Before the end of this month, I hope you will have gotten it. That is very low case number. So expect it soon. No reason. Innocent. After a DV lottery winner is done with his interview, how long does it take to be given the visa? I'll give you the Kenyan experience. The Kenyan experience, it takes roughly around about 3 days, depending on the location where you are at. After you have passed the interview, the consular officer will tell you that you've succeeded. And then you leave behind your passport for the visa stamping. And then it will take normally 1 to 3 days before you receive your visa. But make sure you select the correct way of you getting your visa back. Remember, in Zambia, you are told to come back for it. But in Kenya, you must select the courier service to deliver your passport. Around 3 days. The time is already 1900 hours, but let me take some few questions. Samba Moses. Hi. If you are waiting for the interview, can you still apply for this year's DV lottery? Definitely yes. Go ahead and throw in your entry. You never know what might happen. There is a case that a Tanzanian lady applied for the DV lottery and she won. And then afterward, COVID came, and due to ban, her DV was doomed. But because she had applied again that following year and successfully was selected, then she had another opportunity, and now she is in the United States. The other question, Owitonze, I hope I've pronounced that name correctly. Do you have any information on how South Africa consular work? I don't have a clear information about South Africa, but what I know, South Africa embassy, it's not a bad embassy. Only that most of the time they would require you to present the form DS5355. That is the form that also provides the information about your social media information. So for you to avoid this, when you're filling in your DS260, enter your full details, including your social media, everything that you've done, your travel document, include everything to prevent this. But also arm yourself with that form DS5355. Anafi Kenya, if I apply early, can I get low case number? No. No. This is a very important question, and let me clarify, though I have done it in several videos. Applying early does not mean that you get low case number. And applying early does not as well mean that you get selected. Whichever time you choose to apply in, if you apply in the beginning of the period or at the end of the period or midway, that one does not matter at all. It does not matter. What matters is you've inserted your information correctly, and now you wait for your fate. You wait for your luck. If you get selected, well and good. It is not a determinant Applying early is not a determining factor. Is it easy there? I'm asking because it united for country. What? In South Africa or in Kenya? My time is almost over, but if you have any question, please drop it here for the remaining few minutes. I still can take up to, in the next 12 minutes, I'll be through. Does photo guarantee you win? Definitely not. It does not guarantee you win. Remember, millions and millions of people enter into this DV lottery program, and only a few are selected. And in those millions, most of them, they used correct photo. But that one does not mean that you are given the chance to win. But remember, it is one of the factors that will matter a lot during selection. If you are selected in the first round and in the second round, your photo can disqualify you. So ensure you put the correct photo. Hey comrade, birth certificate show a district name on the place of birth, but a passport shows the city of birth. Means birth certificate shows different from passport. The best document to use for the birthplace, it is the birth certificate. Remember, the passport is a derivative of the birth certificate. And when you're taking your passport according to my country of origin, you're supposed to present the birth certificate. That's why you find majority of the passports and birth certificate in my country of origin, they match. But for some few cases. So the best document to use is the birth certificate for the birthplace. As a principal applicant, I should get every document needed for the process. But what about the derivatives? My point was very clear. You use, or rather you obtain all the documents for all that participate in your application. Or in other words, all that will be part of your application, your wife, your children. Get their birth certificates and use the information inside there. Remember, you are also to fill in the place of birth of the wife, the country of birth of the wife, and so does of the children. So it is very important that you obtain the documents of all the derivatives and use them in application. And why am I insisting the birth certificate? For us to avoid some minor errors that might cost our visas. I'm about to finish. More questions. On filling the DS260, must you have a passport in hand? Wow, this is a very important question, and I've been longing so much to make a video regarding this. But yeah, thank you for reminding me. That enters into my notebook. But to answer this question, when filling in the DS260, it is not a must that you have the passport of your derivative, especially if they are children. If you have your own passport, then you can proceed and use your national ID. Have you gotten me clearly? Your national ID number for the derivatives as you wait for their passports to arrive. But you, as the main applicant, you must have the passport when filling in the DS260. But for the derivatives, It's not a must, but you should also prepare their passport, because you cannot attend the interview without their passports. So if you receive the information that you've won, the first notification letter, and you have your passport as the principal applicant, go ahead and fill in the DS260. And in the place of the travel information for the derivatives, use your national ID. And then later on, you will unblock and enter their passport numbers. Is that clear? Thank you. Bro, how do you see this DV 2023? Will it go smoothly? And case number AF23, which month can you expect second notification letter? White man, thank you so much and congratulations for your win. The DV 2023 has markers that it will be smooth. First of all, the storm that was brought by the COVID is dying out, and the embassies have returned to their operation. KCC has returned to the full operation, and with the bulletin, we've seen that there is good advancement. There has occurred no halt in the processing of the DS260s. All those are good markers or good signs that the DV 2023 will be smooth, and we pray for that. Let it be very smooth. For the AF 2023 case number, then around March, you might receive your second notification letter. And around May or April, you should be receiving your interview. Like police certificate for them, proof of vacation. I don't get your question, Ferdinand. Does it sometimes happen whereby a country with more than 100 applicants find 0 win after the results are out? Yes, that is possible. It is possible. What is zip code? Anafi Kenya, I hope you come from Kenya. I just hope. If you come from Kenya, mostly don't use the zip code, but in some document you'll see some zip code. And for Kenya, the zip code simply means the postal code. But we don't normally use the zip code. And also remember, a country has, what do we call it? That code. Like for Tanzania is 256, I think, plus 256. For Kenya is plus 254. For Uganda, I don't know if it is 256. I don't know. I'm mixing them up. But in short, the postal code or the zip code, in some countries, they might mean the same thing. But in Kenya, we use the postal code. By filling the place of birth on the DV lottery program, what if I fill what's on the passport? If you fill what's on the passport, then it does not mean that you will fail, but you're putting yourself at some risk. You're putting yourself at some risk. The correct document for birthplace and information is birth certificate. You can use that on the passport, but if I were you, I would have used that which is on the birth certificate. What do they mean address? Address means, guys, what does it mean, address? How can I explain it? But it is the code for your address indicating the place where you are in. And every place or every individual, every house has a unique code where you can be sent your mails. I can put it simply, but some people can put it well here. Does a braided hair affect the DV selection? No, so long as it does not cover the ears. If the braids cover the ears, then it is wrong. So long as it does not cover the ears or the face, there is no problem. Bro, after winning, do you wait for an email to start your DS260? No. After winning, no notification will come to tell you that you've won. You will not even receive an email. It is your duty to know the time that the results will be out. And for this case, it will be around 6th May of next year. And when you know when the results will be out, then you go to the website, the dvprogram.state.gov, entrance status check. And then you plug in your your confirmation number and some details there of your birth. And then you see whether you've been selected or not. No email notification. In zip code, can I use the country code? I don't want to admit it, but still you can use it. But I don't want to admit as such, but you can still use it. Some used it, but it's not advisable. Just use the zip code of the location where you are at. Can I apply on my Android phone? Definitely yes. And I will do a video how to apply using your mobile phone, another one using the desktop, another one applying for as a single person, and another one applying as a family. I'll do all those videos. So stay in touch. And don't hasten to apply. If you don't have full information, we still have the entire month of application. So don't rush to quickly do your application and make errors. No, just take your time, understand things, and then apply. We have from 5th all the way to 8th of November. Anafi Kenya, no, don't use the country code. Anafi Kenya, I would like to know which county or which town you come from in Kenya, because every town in Kenya has a code. If you are coming from Nairobi, we have 00100 as the postal code for the central post office. If you come from other area like Nyeri, we have code 10100. So every place in Kenya has a postal code. Don't use 254. Don't use the country code. Anafi Kenya, midnight in Kenya is not the same as over here in the United States. No, it's not the same. Midnight in Kenya, it is around 8 a.m. and not 8 a.m., around 5 a.m. New York time, if I'm not wrong, or 6 a.m. New York time or 7 a.m. New York time, not the midnight in Kenya. If KCC find mistakes in your DS260 form, and those mistakes are huge, they will not inform you and they will not schedule you. And I'm sorry for that. If your errors are big, they will not inform you and they will not schedule you. So just be accurate and correct. I come from Homa Bay. Anafi says that. Let me show you Homa Bay. Homa Bay postal code, when I type it on my browser, I see game 4142. I see Kanam 4315. So there is postal code for every town. And guys, I come to the end of my video. And please, let's meet next video. But before that, make sure you are very, very prepared to do your application. If you have any question, my contacts are in the WhatsApp group. The WhatsApp group that we have, you'll find my contact there. You can have a personal chat with me. I always answer questions and help people in whatever they ask. So if you have some personal question, please feel free to contact me through that contact that you'll find in that WhatsApp group. So prepare well and let's do it. I know you shall win. Let's meet in the next video.